folks, I am Ed Overstreet, and welcome to the Night Sky Imaging YouTube channel. Yesterday I did a video showing the process that I use when I'm working with planetary images, Castrator, Autostakkert, Registax, and then I use Winjupos to derotate the images. And I wanted to do Jupiter. I just got sidetracked and forgot to. So this is all about Jupiter. It's the same Winjupos video, but we're going to be working on Jupiter. So you may just want to fast forward to the end so that you won't have to live through Castrator, Autostakkert, and Registax, and just see the Winjupos portion of aligning and doing a derotation of Jupiter. It's much easier than Saturn, and I'll show you why when we get there. So with that being said, let's head over to, we're going to go right now to fire capture. And the reason why we're here is I wanted to show you where you can add the Winjupos file names if you use fire capture. If you'll go down to settings, and then you'll need to go to capture settings, then you have an option to select Winjupos file naming, and you want to select that. You may want to go ahead and select use universal time, because Winjupos uses universal time and you won't have to do the math. And in the event that you need to make some changes or add that manually. But if you have to add it manually, then it'd be very helpful. Other than that, regular time's probably fine. But at any rate, this is where you fix this up in fire capture. And then in SharpCap, you'll go to File, SharpCap Settings, and then to File Names. And this is where you'll select Create Winjupos Compatible File Names. So you need to make sure that that has been checked. And you can check Use Universal Time in File Folders as well. Apply, and you're done. So we are not going to be, I'm not connected it to any gear. So we're just going to close out of these two programs. And we're going to open up Castrator. And we are going to look at some files of Jupiter that I did, and I don't remember what day. So you're going to have to bear with me while I find them. I don't think it'll be too hard, but I think we're going to the 24th. It isn't the 24th. That's what we did last night. So I think it's the 21st then. Yep. So I have two different runs that I did on Jupiter. This is the first run, which is 8, 12, 13, 14, 15 videos of Jupiter. And then I did another run, and this is 4, 8, 10. And so let's just take these and let's grab those. It doesn't really matter. They were all bad. So as a matter of fact, let's just click on one. I haven't a good memory about. There was one day when the scene was better than other days. Let's just see what one looks like. Oh, we have a moon down here, a moon shadow. Okay. It really doesn't look all that bad, but I don't think we have. Yeah, we're going to find out. So I'm going to grab all these and we're going to load those into Castrator. Actually, I picked the wrong thing. Open files. DZ. I'm ready for these allergies to go away. So I'm opening up Jupyter files taken, and I'm going to leave it at the default 5. I may go back to 4. I think I'm going to try 4. And we're going to have debayer safe. And don't check color. And this is a one-shot color camera. And so let's process. And I think I like the way this is sized. I might crop into it a little more. What we're doing now is we're cropping this video. And we're going to make it, we're going to cut out the background, which, okay, let's go back this way and see how we like it. That's a pretty tight crop right there. Let's go ahead and see if we can process that. I'll come back when it's finished. Okay, it's finished its run, so let's pull up and see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 Jupiters that have been ran through Castrator. So you might say they've been castrated. I wonder if there is a connection. But at any rate, I need now to bring these images into Registax. So let's do that. And start with our first one. We need to go to, it's the 21st, the first run of Jupiter. And we need AVI files. Forgive me. We got to run these through Autostakkert first. There we go. So we're going to grab one of the positives if you run your images through castrators, that Autostakkert goes lightning fast, and it doesn't take near the amount of time to run through Castrator. That was about 5 minutes that it did all of these images, maybe less than that. So we're going to open these up, and we're going to kind of scrub through. Oh, I saw one. I'm using my arrow keys now. See how bad the scene was? Wow. I think we're wasting our time. I'm going to leave this one as the reference. They're all bad, kind of like Saturn. So we're going to analyze and watch how quickly this goes. It's done. And so we're going to, I'm going to use 48 points. It's already there, and I'm going to change that close to edge. Okay, this is what we're doing. And I'm going to keep 20%. The quality line is crossing around 50%. So we're going to keep a much smaller amount than that. And so let's stack it. And here we go. I'll come back when they're all done, but look how stacking takes the longest, probably 20 seconds. And then 15 seconds, I would say, for stacking, or less, 13 seconds. And it's done. It's on the next one. So you can see it's lightning fast when you run the Castrator program. And you're eliminating all of the unusable part of your image that just took up file space. And so you're going to lower the file size as well, which is a good thing for hard drives. Okay, it took 2 minutes and 6 seconds to do all of these, so that's pretty good. Normally it would take probably 30 or 40 minutes if I didn't run them through Castrator. Now, I mentioned yesterday, and wow, this is just really important, that you do not change the file name apart from, you can add an extension onto the existing name. So let's look at the files, and these are, yep, this is a right directory. Yep. So these are the files that we've just created, and actually I want to get rid of these text files. I don't need them. And so we'll delete those. All we want really are the TIFF files. So we have 15 TIFF files, and these files are going to represent probably about 30, maybe 40 minutes, about 40 minutes of rotation. So this is a good example if we use all of these, and I am going to use them all. So let's get started. I'm going to put this to sleep and close out Autostakkert. We're going to bring up Registax. I'm going to do one of these in Registax and then pause, and then I'll finish the rest of them and bring you back, and then we'll go into Winjupos. So let's select, let's go into my drive, 21st Jupyter, we save 20%. Now, I want to point out just about planetary imaging. I mentioned that Josh Palmer with Roper Mountain Astronomers he's a brilliant planetary imager, and not only that, he images the space shuttle, and they are crystal clear, sharp, and he'll do videos of it going overhead. Just blows my mind. But at any rate, back to Josh. Josh is going to take at least 10,000 frames of Jupiter, and it's not uncommon for him to take 15 to 20,000 frames per AVI file, and I don't. And I'll take 2,000 and keep 20%. He'll take 20,000 and keep 20%. So he's got, and on a good scene day, I'm sure that has a lot to do with the impressive quality of his images, but they're just awesome. So at any rate, let's open one and let's get started on it. And let's show a full size. By cracky, we do have a moon shadow there. So let's rotate this thing first, and let's try. Let's see. We want to go this away. So let's try 240. That works. Maybe 240 works. Okay. Then let's, it's pretty bright as it is. I don't think I'm going to stretch this anymore. Um, it's pretty well lit up. Um, let's just apply a curve. And so I want to right click right here and then right click right there. And this is just a contrast curve where I darken the darks and I lift the lights a little bit. And I want to save this. And we're just going to call this curves, or you can call it gamma. And last, and I should have mentioned this yesterday. I don't always do it, but the last thing you probably should do is auto balance the colors if you're using a one-shot color camera. And the reason for that, if you do this in the beginning and then you apply this curve and you may use your histogram, you may throw off the colors a bit. But whatever you do, use the same order for every image. So our next image, we're going to flip, gamma, and auto white balance. So let's now create some wavelets. And I'm going to go down here to the fourth wavelet layer, and I'm going to drag this over, and we're going to be working on larger structures, probably more than anything, the bigger bands. And I'm going to drag it until I start seeing noise that becomes what I call probably unmanageable. You can't manage it without screwing up the detail. And so let's drag it a little more. Well, we may end up pushing the noise suppression up some. And then I'm going to go down to this wavelet. And let's see what happens. Ooh, we're starting to get the noise there. Let's go ahead and push noise suppression up and see if we can get by with a little more. No. Back down. And then let's go here. Ooh, it's killing me. Holy smokes, let's push some noise suppression up. Let's drag this down a little bit. Okay, let's bring this one up. Now we're going to be working on some of the more finer detail. Starting to see some of the okay. I really need to spend probably some more time on these than I'm going to spend because I want to get over to Winjupos. But I would like a decent result. This one right here is the one you got to be careful of. This makes the biggest change, but it also comes with a price. Okay. Let's bring this up a little bit. And when you move these sliders, pause just for a minute and let it settle down, because all right, here we go with, this isn't the order that I use, but I forgot this slider. We're going to push some noise suppression in all of these layers. Okay, I wonder if I can get by with some sharpening. Let's try. Let's add a shot of sharpening for each layer. Here's our noise. Okay, what layer did I just do? That's the last one. Let's push this noise a little more. Suppression. Okay, let's bump up the sharpening. And this is the moon, and this is the shadow. So the way the sun was coming across the surface here created this big shadow from this moon. Since I don't know what that moon was, I can run the ephemerides and go back to that time, and I can tell you what it is. We may do that. I'm counting on the derotation to help me manage some of this noise. So I'm more aggressive with Jupiter than I was with Saturn last night. And let's bump sharpening here and here. Okay, I'm going to save this scheme as 10, 3, 2, 2, Jupiter, and I'm going to put aggressive, so I'll be mindful of that. All right, so I'm going to do all and save, and this is important. I want to differentiate the file name from these images. I could create a new folder to save them in, but I also want to recognize that I've added Registax. So I'm going to put an underscore and a reg that just tells me that I've added Registax. But do not delete any part of the rest of the file name. As long as it is, just leave it alone, and you'll be glad you did, so you don't have to manually enter the UTC time later in Winjupos, because that gets aggravating. So we're going to save it, and I'm going to put you on pause, and I'm going to do the rest of these images and be back. Actually, I'm going to do one more because they'll go pretty fast, and then I'm going to put you on pause. 240, and load my curve, and auto balance, load the scheme, give it a time to do its magic. We're going to do all. We're going to save. We're going to add the file name, add to the file name reg for Registax. Close it. Now I'll put you on pause. Okay, I have finished all of them, and they're ready to be opened now in Winjupos. So let's head over there. Let's close out Registax. I know I saved that one. I just saw it. And let's find Winjupos. And we're going to go to Program. We want to make sure Jupiter is selected. We're going to go to Recording. So this is the process. Open Program, Celestial Body, and that's the only thing you need to do here is pick whatever planet that you're going to be working on. So that's Jupiter. Now, what I want to do is I want to open up Tools and the Ephemerides. And I want to go back to, well, this was yesterday. So, no, I want to go back to June the 20th, not June, 09, and it was the 21st. Okay, here's the moon. So it was Europa was the moon that we have in our image. So we can, we've identified that. And let's move this ahead. I think it wasn't this late. No, it was earlier. So let's go back this way. And the great red spotted R hadn't come up yet. It was Europa. No. Well, I don't know what it was. Do I have the right date? I'll find out real quick. Let's go to Recording and Image Measurements. And we're going to open up the drive. I've got the 21st, and we're going to open up this first one. And it was at 10:47 that we took this image. So, and it was on 9/21. No, it's not on 9/21. Am I on a, it might be 9/21 last year. Let me open up another one. This is puzzling me now. And it's 2:44. These are from last year that I never processed. Yep, that's what they are. Okay. That's sick that I didn't process them last year. So now we want to go to Adjustment. And let me back up. Let me just close out Winjupos. I think I want to confuse everybody. Let's open up Winjupos. Let's forget the Ephemerides right now. At the end, I'm going to find out what that moon was. We're going to go to Program, Celestial Body, and make sure that we have Jupiter selected. Then we're going to go to Recording, and we're going to load our first image by going to Image Measurement. And we're going to go to Open Image, grab the first one, and the time is 10:43. Universal time is 4 hours ahead of us. So we're in Eastern Standard Time, which is -4 hours. So 10:43 was when I took these 2,000 frames. And then I want to go, now that I have it loaded, I want to go to Adjustment. Now, one of the cool things about Jupiter that isn't available with Mars or Saturn is that you can go to outline frame and check automatic detection. It won't be available if you have Saturn selected, and it'll automatically size and line things up for you. So that's a good thing. It's even pinpointed the moon and the moon shadow here for you, because it's picked up the correct date. So that's a good thing. Now, we're done unless you want to tweak this. And if you do, you use your arrow keys up and down. And if you want to make it bigger, the page up and page down key will allow you to do that. If you want to rotate this, your P and your N keys will do that. So the tools that you use to move Jupiter, the template to line things up will be your up and down arrow, your left and right arrow, and it moves it just like it says. It'll move it up or down, left or right. And then the page up makes Jupiter bigger, page down makes it smaller. And then you can rotate it by using your N and or your P keys. So I think up here under help, you can go to the shortcuts and it'll quickly tell you if you forget what the keys do. So we're going to go back now to image, and we're going to save. And now I am going to change the name because I've already got it. I've got the information. And the reason why you don't screw around with the name is that you want to populate this. You don't want to have to manually go look at the original AVI file to see what time you took this and then adjust it for UTC and enter that information. Just make sure you leave the file names unchanged. Just don't change them. Is that a word? Unchanged? At any rate. So I'm going to go to my drive. Can't believe I took these last year. And I'm going to create a new folder inside the 20%. I'm going to call it Win. And this is going to be my very first image. I want to call it 1. And I want to save it inside there. And so now I'm going to open my next image, 2. It's already in. I'm going to go to image, save, 2. This goes pretty fast now. I'm going to go to my third image, open, and it's already in there. I'm going to go to save, 3. I'm going to open my fourth image. It rotated a little bit, you could see. I'm going to save, 4. That's what just you'll notice when you put these in. We're going to 5. See it rotate. And we're going to save. We're going to go to 6. Let's see, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And save. And we're going to open up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't you love hearing me count? Save. 7. Then back to open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're going to save. This is 8. Open 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to save 9. We're going to open 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And save. And we're going to open 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we're going to save 11. And we're going to open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to save 12. Open 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to save. We already saved 12, didn't we? Yeah, we got to open 13. So open 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're getting close to the end, folks. Save 13. 2 more to go. And they're the last 2. And save 14. And then open the last one. By the way, I was paying attention to them to see if anyone stood out as a reference frame, but nah, they're all kind of noisy and rough looking. So we've added all of the images, and now it's time to go to Winjupos derotation algorithm, and we're going to click on Tools and come down to Derotation of Images. And we're going to delete the ones that are already there. That's from last night, Saturn. And then we're going to add these. Oh, I didn't mean to. Come on up here. So we have 15. And I'm going to only keep or only choose one reference frame. All the rest of them are going to be rated 90. Let's see. Well, I don't want the 15th. Let's see. Let's do we want that 90. Let's go back up to, all right. Let's make number 8 our reference frame. I hope it's a decent one. Okay, we're done. You can add whatever you want into the observer. If you've got any notes you want to add in image information. Other than that, you just click on compile, and it's making all the adjustments. And there's our derotated image. Boy, it looks rough. I don't even think this is fixable in in Photoshop. Photoshops can work magic, but I don't. Actually, I even think in this case, because we just stacked one bad image on top of another bad image, the noise is actually better, but I don't know. There's not much. You just can't beat good seeing. If you get good seeing, it's just all the difference in the world. Okay, folks, that's it. We just derotated Jupiter, and that's it. Catch you later. Clear skies. Have a great week.